Republicans continues. Congressman Joe Sestak joins us now with more. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Good to be back.
So we're going to talk about the details of the package in just a moment, but this is something you can speak to. You know, I was watching all the cable heads yesterday, you know, with the Republicans and the Democrats fighting back and forth. John McCain is saying, you know, Obama made a mistake. It just really seems like they're just going at it, and it's back to the same old partisan politics when you got people watching who don't have jobs. They're saying, you know what, grow up, stop fighting.
When I went to Congress 2 years ago, without question, there was this physical divide.
Can you feel it?
Without a question. I was stunned. I come from the Navy. There's teamwork that you're supposed to come together. Difference of opinion, but you come together for the common good. But I think President Obama did the right thing. He did reach out. He did have his hand extended. Now, I think it's going to make a difference strategically for him as we address other issues. We're going to come back. We may have another stimulus bill. There'll be health care. There's going to be everything from the immigration issue until this war in Afghanistan, how to properly approach it. I feel as I go around my district that people recognize he reaches back, and I think that will bode us better than anything else, his effort.
I know that you.
I hope he continues.
Yeah, and it sounds like he's even said, you know, this is just the beginning and hoping that there will be some future there. But here's my question for you. Clearly you like the stimulus package. Which parts of it, though, don't you like?
Here's what I don't like. The fact that we stuck into it a tax of relief of $80 billion that's primarily going to go for those who earn over $150,000 in California or the Northeast, the AMT tax, because that's forgiven every year. So the Senate stuck in $80 billion. That was 1/8 of the package, and what they took out was $25 billion that would have gone to Governor Rendell and other governors to help the education teachers from being laid off, health workers from being laid off. What I also felt was wrong in it was that instead of giving $15,000 tax credit to anyone who would buy a home, anyone, to get our economy going again in the housing industry, which we need to have done, they decreased it to only $8,000 for first-time buyers. So there's things in here I think that could have been done better. Now, I believe the bill we passed from the House was about an A-. I think we should have compromised more in the House and said, Republicans, let's take on some more of that tax relief for small businesses and bigger businesses. But what came back to us was probably a B. But if we hadn't done it, we'd lose 3 million jobs by the end of January.
And was that the reality in the back of your mind? You know, the parts we don't see, the backroom politics, you know, giving and taking and just trying to come up with something. You're saying at the end of the day, what we have, I think a lot of people are just wondering, especially for the viewers, what parts of the stimulus will they see? And then how soon will they see it? We keep hearing talk about, you know, education, infrastructure, repairs, buildings.
I think what they're going to see is not immediately these shovel-ready projects taken off tomorrow. There's about 319 projects in Pennsylvania. It's going to get over $1 billion for these shovel-ready projects. But I don't care what anyone says. They take a bit of time, and that impact's going to begin around 2010. However, in the interim, what you're going to see with the $53 billion we did give to the governors not to lay off education teachers or others, and to pay their another $79 billion so they can pay their share of Medicaid for people going to Crozer and other hospitals, to say the decrease in those being laid off is going to be very instrumental. For example, we would have gone above 12% unemployment by December. Above 12%. 11% marks a depression if this hadn't occurred. We'll be able to keep under 10%. So what you're going to see is a decrease in the hemorrhaging of jobs. That's where the real impact will be. And then we hope with the psychology of everyone saying, well, not my neighbors aren't all rolling out of their jobs. People begin to see, as the credit starts going, as TARP, and that money we're putting into the credit starts easing, and as the automobile industries come back, and we forgave the sales tax on the automobiles. We should have forgiven the interest also, and that was in the bill and was taken out by the Senate. I believe that you'll see people starting to spend a little bit more. We have gone, and this is interesting, 2 years ago we were at a negative savings rate in America. First time since the Great Depression. Today the savings rate is almost 4%. We want people to save, but not too much, because we want the economy going again. Look, it was a B- bill we got back from the Senate, but we needed it out there. We probably could have saved 2.9 million jobs by the end of, I'd say 2010. Now we'll probably save about 2.1 million jobs. I really liked our bill initially because it jammed more money out there more quickly, so less people would have been unemployed, which meant less income tax to
Yeah.
Governor Rendell, which means more unemployment, more budget outlays by the federal government.
We could talk to you about this all day, and we hope you come back. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Congressman Joe Sestak. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, John?
All right, Vince Fumo.